If you're a Jeep enthusiast and you're looking for some tips and some tricks how to save time and save money and still get your project done the right way, you're going to want to hear what I have to say. Welcome back to another segment of who we are and what we do. Today we've got a special episode. We're going to follow up with Ray the Beekeeper, also with Sean the Beekeeper. A quick shout out to Taylor. Thank you for doing the footage for this video. Hang tight to the end of the episode. We have a special steering column hack going out to Rich from Western Massachusetts. A quick fix on how to fix a steering column if the spring breaks. But remember guys, this is just a quick fix. We still recommend you go out, you get a brand new spring and do it the right way. But if you're in a jam, this will help you out. Hang tight, we've got a great episode.
So we're gonna go in today, we're gonna take Ray's honey and process it. We gotta take his top honey super off, shake all the bees off.
Well, we can shake them off carefully.
You don't do anything carefully, I don't think.
I'm a careful person.
I don't think careful is in your vocabulary.
But he wants it to be.
Ray's bees are super chill, so I'm just gonna smoke them up a bit. Although he doesn't know, but I've been coming here at night and training them. I have a secret word that turns them into Africanized killer bees.
Oh no. What's that secret word?
Can't say it, we're too close to the bees.
And what do you throw in there to smoke them?
This is just pine shavings. The pine needles are great, but this should work too. The biggest pain in the ass is keeping this thing lit. Oops. That should be good.
Smoker ready to go.
We were in here last week. We put the queen excluder in because we had an issue with the queen was up laying in the honey super. So I'm gonna see how many frames we can take today. I think we'll just pull the whole box off, replace it with this one,
And then shoot the bees.
and then see what frames we can take.
I had a strawberry. I'd give you like one of the best strawberries you've ever had.
All the strawberries are gone from yesterday.
Chipmunks.
Can you smoke the chipmunks?
Smoke the chipmunk.
You can smoke the whole.
So anytime you go into the hive, you throw a little smoke at them, let them know you're coming.
Hey, chill bees. Be chill. Don't sting us.
So how does the smoke work exactly?
It kind of makes them think that there's like a forest fire. They'll engorge on, they'll engorge on the honey, thinking that they got to save the hive, but they got to abandon the hive. But it distracts them, it mellows them out, and these are pretty chill bees anyway. Some guys use what's called a honey robber. They'll put a felt on the cover. They put this honey robber in, and the bees don't like it, so it drives them all into the bottom box.
Gotcha.
It just smells bad to
It
them.
smells bad. Okay. Yeah.
All we're gonna do right now is we're gonna take this box off. We're gonna swap it with that box, and then we'll pull the honey frames. Maybe we'll
These
do it
bees
one at a
are
time.
very chill.
Actually, I might do it one at a time here.
Frame by frame.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you get a lot of honey in here, dude. Woof! Look at that. That is 100% capped honey. All right.
Can't step on the
That
plant.
doesn't seem like the. Why can't we just like get a paintbrush and paint them?
I have a brush actually. I just
Let's
threw
see it.
This is the capped honey.
Very nice.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
So
Here we go, sir.
Colin, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I just threw the bee brush
Step
over
on the
there.
plants.
I changed my plan.
And you would
Grab it
like...
for me? Just that bee brush. It's right by the honey super. Yeah. Because we want to get.
So you want to get them off?
Yep.
Interesting.
All right, so that one's done. Oop. Coming back on.
They're gorgeous. They're hungry.
Yep. You want to be the.
Yeah, sure.
Hungry bees.
All right, so grab this.
Yep. Take that bad boy over and give me an empty one. I'm
this
gonna
out.
switch them out.
Okay.
Okay,
It's heavy. It's got to be like 5 pounds.
I hope it's at least
Yeah.
5 pounds. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Don't step
I'll
on the
leave one
plants,
out for now. It
Colin.
gives us more room to work. So Colin, these bottom 2 boxes, what
Yep.
we call the brood boxes,
Yes, sir.
they're gonna have all the eggs. The queen's down here.
Okay, is that why the queen, we got something to keep the queen?
Queen excluder.
Queen excluder, okay.
That keeps her down there.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and this is the honey super. We can take,
All right.
this is all our honey to take.
And what would you say the poundage of that super is right there with
This
the honey?
last week was pretty heavy. It was
Yeah?
probably like 50 pounds.
Wow.
So there's a good amount of honey in
So
there.
then there's 10 frames in there, correct?
Yeah. So down here, they'll store honey down here too. There's gonna be honey.
Did I get you?
What's up there, Flinchy? So down here, everything that's down here we leave for the bees.
Yep.
So there's honey, there's the
And
pollen, nectar,
They
everything
can
down
eat
here.
all that and survive off that.
Yeah.
It's like a store for them, like a
So in
storage.
the fall, what we'll do is we'll start feeding sugar water to them too,
Interesting.
to build them up for the winter.
But if we have
Yeah.
a ton of honey, then we don't have to do sugar.
The shape of your hive is
Will you put
heading in
that,
the
like,
fall.
right-
They're coming
Right
from
now,
my
the
hair.
shape is 100%.
This is,
I just don't want to.
Damn it, they didn't get
what's
the
up
shit
there,
out of me.
Flinchy? Another one, 100% full.
Nice.
Full in the
Should I get a brush to brush them off? Wouldn't brush it be nicer?
Very nice.
pool. Colin's filming here. You want to swap me out? There's another one, 100% ready to go.
I think that was more like 90.
Everybody's off.
All right. Wonderful. Check this out. So thick.
Let me keep going and clean off the propolis.
They're doing their job. man.
Ah. You got like the best bees I've ever seen.
Really? How are
Chillest
your
bees on the block.
Not as chill.
My bees are pretty chill actually.
Yeah. Do you think it's like a combination of the environment, like the plants, everything? Just
Bees for the most part are pretty mellow.
yeah. Ooh, wow.
So
Very cool.
yep, a lot of bees in this one. But you can occasionally get. So right now we've taken all the honey we can take. I'll come back in a couple weeks, maybe do another
Like the
inspection.
honey over there. Yeah.
See, maybe we get lucky and find her.
So how long does your machine take to
This is a couple minutes.
extract the honey? Yeah.
I put a couple frames in, just spin it for like 2 minutes.
And it
You
just
flip the
collects on the
frame
sides
around.
and drops down.
Yep.
Very nice. But the way it works, I thought it was very interesting, and just so you know, like the physics and the engineering behind it. He's pondering. You should put
Well, I'm
your, you
thinking we
should
definitely need to make
put your
more
hand on your
queens
chin.
because my queens are awesome. My queens are awesome, so we want to
So-
make more queens.
What we'll do next spring, we can we'll split this hive and have them try to make their own queen. So yeah, you're right. We'll use
How do
this
they make their
queen.
own?
So what they do is
Take one.
we'll get another hive.
Mhm.
All right. We'll take you can take like 3 or 4 frames of the brood.
Yeah.
You want like fresh eggs, like day or 2 old eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Move all that into the new hive, and then what happens is they'll realize they're queenless, so they'll start making their own queen. You put some brood with the fresh eggs, and you put some like frames of like nectar and pollen.
Mm-hmm.
What they do is they feed it,
Mm-hmm.
and they feed it with the stuff they call royal jelly. They'll make the royal jelly, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll start feeding this. In the cell they make queen cells, and the queen cells look different. They're bigger.
And that's the.
That's a queen cell right there. That's a queen cell.
If we make 5 or 6 queens, then we can like always have these awesome queens.
Yeah, we don't really need
strawberry.
that.
Gonna
Yeah.
find her.
So then, yeah, you want to use her genetics to make another queen.
Does she have a name? Very cool. And I think they're very happy with the meadow.
They're very happy with their father.
Would that make him the king? I mean, he's already the king of the.
Yeah, no
of
kidding.
Ray the
shop,
king.
so.
Pick it up, see how much you got. Guesstimate how much you got there.
Oh, geez, that's pretty
Oh,
heavy.
let me try.
I like 40 pounds, I think. 30 pounds.
I'm pretty good at that. I would say about 45.
They'll have honey for you.
Then I can start giving it to my customers.
You need a label.
We do. We have
Label
it.
yet?
We call it. We're gonna call it Jeep's Busy Bees,
I'm busy.
or Deadjeep's Busy
Yeah.
Bees.
Can I eat this? Check it out. A little bit of honey. Taste test.
Yeah, last week we pulled some what they call burr comb.
A plus.
Yeah,
What is
good
it?
stuff. So what they'll do sometimes is, see this? This is, we call it burr comb, a cross comb.
Yep.
Last week we had a bunch of it where there was actually honey in it.
Nice.
So we scraped
like
it all out.
Sometimes there's some in this, like this.
Yeah, so we scraped it all out, and then we actually were able to eat some honey. Last week we were able to eat some honey.
Mmm, very sweet honey.
Hell yeah.
Get this shit out of here.
Rock and roll.
Hey, do you got any little hose clamps?
Yeah.
Like, I got a fuel line in my ATV that's leaked.
All right, so I guess we're doing a quick little hack for Rich, who is very worried about his column being unsafe. Because what happens is there's a spring back here that breaks all the time in these, and this one's only partially broken, not completely broken. They collapse a little bit too over time. This was probably just collapsed, not broken, but sometimes they break in half. And then when they break in half, they turn inside themselves, and this just flops all over the place. It's very annoying, especially if you got a nice Jeep. And Rich emailed us and was thinking that he might have needed a brand new column, or a used column, instead of just fixing his quickly. So I told him on the phone. So the first thing we do is don't get too small of one, because if your punch is too small, there's a split pin in here and you don't want to open it up. Try not to go all the way out. The reason being, because if this is in your car, it's ridiculously hard with your dash overhanging it to line it up and get it back in. Send it down enough to get the shifter out. This is the way, this is normal. Earlier ones go to a much more exaggerated point, because you'll look at it and think, oh, I broke my lever. Which this is normal, this is exactly how it's supposed to look. If you look inside, you can see that the spring's collapsed, it's not broken. So the trick is going to be getting this long spring out. I usually spare it with a screwdriver, and you're going to pop it out. Now the trick is getting it out without dropping it completely in the column. So we did that, that was good. Actually the spring is broken, and you can see it's broken, there's a sharp edge there. So it got broken, and then the little piece fell in the column. It always falls on the bottom. There's nothing dangerous with that little piece in your column, because there's nothing for that spring to get caught on that keeps it from being able to turn your wheel or control any of your column functions. So what I normally do, because not everyone has this thing full of steering column parts, this is one of my drawers. So you can see he lost like 1/4 of an inch, and that's why there's slop in his column. I'm going to show you how to fix it if it's yours. And I'm not going to put a new spring in it. Now the trick is to, besides getting this back in, not dropping it inside the column, because this is your only spring. So we got the spring, and then what I do, this is not the correct way. I'm not pretending it's the correct way. I'm just trying to show somebody at home who doesn't have access to the spring, who just wants to fix their Jeep quick. So you don't have a new spring, you take your broken one. I kind of like go into a couple spots and open it up some. And now it won't last forever, but you'll get a couple years out of it anyways. So I just kind of like opened it up some, not a lot, and yes, it's bent. But what I do is now I put this back in backwards. There's a little pocket that this spring sits in. So once you get that whole broken part inside that pocket, you really kind of where you need to be. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put the broken end into the pocket. Now the other dilemma, since we're still here, is if the spring broke this way. And if you took it out and you notice that the broken piece is still inside that pocket, which also happens. So what'll happen is the broken spring will be stuck in there, and there's no way for you to get it out from this side, which isn't the worst thing in the world either, because then you just don't open the spring up and put this back in backwards, so the spring won't turn back in on itself, and then you're back to where you need to be. So that's that other way. So now here comes the tricky part. I mean, there might be an easier way, I don't know it, but I stick my spring on, and then you gotta bar puzzle this into the hole. And if you kind of look at it, you can see where the hole is from where I'm standing, not from where the camera is. But it is tricky to get it in there. All right, so we bar puzzled it in there. So we're good. And the reason we stick it in neutral, I don't have a column far enough apart, I believe, to show you, is because there's a keyway. All right, so we don't have an automatic column apart enough that I can show you, but there's a keyway in the next bowl piece that this goes into, and it's just easy to do it when the column's in neutral. So the reason this turns easy without the key being any which way is because this is what, in that keyway, what keeps it from shifting. So anyways, if you look in here, that gives you the most space to weasel this thing in. And obviously if this was an earlier column where that was more of a point, it would be easier. So you gotta kinda line that up with that slot. You gotta push this in, and then you gotta cock it back to push that spring forward, and then hopefully get it in. All right, so we got it. All right, so this is where it kinda gets easy because we left this in the bottom. And then it's supposed to be flush at the top, not at the bottom. There it is. There's no more slop in it. I mean, there's a little bit, but not like it was. So it's gonna do everything it needs to do now. It ain't all sloppy. Oops. It ain't all sloppy. So it's locked in park. And that's it.
That concludes our episode for today. A quick shout out to Rich from Western Massachusetts on that steering column hack. Thank you for your questions. And also I want to thank Ray, the steering column guy, for putting that video together for us and banging that out as quick as he did. As always, don't forget to subscribe down below. Ring that bell so you get all notifications on the videos that we put out. And guys, stay safe. Keep jeeping. Whoop, whoop. I should be on a Harley or something right now.